So let's dive right in and start discussing something truly fascinating, the paleontological significance of dinosaur skeletons and fossils. Now, if you've ever been to the Peabody Museum of Natural History, you'll know that it's home to an incredible collection of dinosaur skeletons and fossils. But what does that really mean, and why is it so important? Well, for starters, these dinosaur skeletons and fossils provide us with a direct link to the past. They offer tangible, undeniable proof of creatures that roamed the earth millions of years ago. It's one thing to read about dinosaurs in a book or see them in a movie, but seeing their actual remains right there in front of you, that's a whole different experience. It makes these ancient creatures feel real in a way that nothing else can. But these fossils aren't just interesting to look at. They're also incredibly valuable scientific tools. By studying these remains, paleontologists can learn about dinosaur anatomy, behavior, and evolution. They can figure out what these creatures ate, how they moved, and how they interacted with their environment. In short, these fossils tell us the story of life on Earth all those millions of years ago. And let's not forget about the incredible process of fossilization. It's a bit like nature's own time capsule. Only a very small percentage of creatures become fossilized, and it requires very specific conditions. So every fossil we find is a small miracle, a perfect combination of circumstances that allowed a tiny piece of the past to be preserved for millions of years. All in all, when you step into the Peabody Museum and see these dinosaur fossils, you're not just looking at old bones. You're looking at the history of life on Earth, frozen in time. You're looking at the culmination of millions of years of evolution and natural processes, and you're looking at a tangible connection to a world that's long gone, but that still has so much to teach us. Quite a perspective, isn't it? Now that we've grasped the significance of dinosaur fossils, let's step further into the prehistoric era and uncover the evolution and extinction of these magnificent creatures. The Peabody Museum's collection takes us on a journey that spans millions of years, allowing us to trace the rise and fall of the dinosaurs in intricate detail. When we talk about the evolution of dinosaurs, we're delving into a process that unfolded over an unimaginable timescale. Dinosaurs weren't just overnight phenomena. They evolved over 160 million years, slowly adapting and changing to fit their environment. The museum's collection paints a vivid picture of this process. With fossils from different time periods, we can see how certain species changed and diversified, giving rise to the incredible variety of dinosaur forms we're familiar with today. For instance, take the transition from small, two-legged carnivores to massive, long-necked herbivores, or from ground-bound creatures to the first birds. Each transformation is a testament to the power of evolution and to the dynamic, ever-changing nature of life on Earth. But as captivating as their evolution is, the extinction of dinosaurs is equally riveting. About 66 million years ago, dinosaurs vanished from the face of the Earth. Scientists believe a colossal asteroid impact triggered a mass extinction event, dramatically altering the planet's climate. At Peabody, you can explore the evidence supporting this theory. There are displays that show the layer of iridium-rich sediment, a residue from the asteroid impact, found globally at exactly the right time in the geological record. It's compelling evidence that brings home the catastrophic scale of the event that wiped out the dinosaurs. However, it's not all doom and gloom. Remember, the extinction of dinosaurs paved the way for the rise of mammals and eventually us humans. So in a way, we owe our existence to these incredible events that happened millions of years ago. So, as we walk through the museum, we're not just exploring the past. We're discovering the roots of our own existence and gaining a deeper understanding of the intricate web of life. There's something truly humbling about that, isn't there? Now, let's shift gears a bit and delve into the world of ancient civilizations and cultures. The Peabody Museum is renowned for its rich collection of artifacts, particularly those from ancient Egypt. And trust me, these are more than just old trinkets and statues. They're windows into the past, giving us a glimpse into the lives of people who lived thousands of years ago. Let's talk about Egypt, for instance. Egypt was one of the world's first great civilizations, emerging more than 5,000 years ago along the fertile banks of the Nile River. Now, the museum's collection brings this vibrant culture to life. From statues and pottery to jewelry and hieroglyphics, each artifact tells a story about the people who created it. Take, for example, the mummies.
Yes, the museum has several mummies. And they're not just spooky Halloween props.
They're a testament to the Egyptians' beliefs about the afterlife and their advanced embalming techniques. By studying these mummies, we can learn about ancient Egyptian rituals, medical practices, and even their diet. Then, there are the hieroglyphics, a writing system that used pictures instead of letters. These beautiful inscriptions are found on many Egyptian artifacts in the museum. Deciphering them can tell us about everything from historical events and pharaohs' reigns to everyday life in ancient Egypt. But it's not all about Egypt. The museum's collection spans the globe and covers a wide range of cultures, from the intricate pottery of the ancient Americas to the delicate silk textiles of Asia. Each artifact offers a unique perspective on how different societies lived, worked, and viewed the world. In essence, when you're exploring the Peabody Museum's collection, you're not just looking at objects. You're reading the pages of a global history book written by countless cultures over thousands of years. You're learning about the incredible diversity and creativity of the human race. And honestly, isn't that one of the most exciting journeys you could possibly embark on? Let's now turn our attention to the geological, mineralogical, and meteorite exhibits at the Peabody Museum. Now, I know what you're thinking. Rocks and minerals might not seem as exciting as dinosaurs or ancient civilizations. But trust me, they have their own unique stories to tell. When you look at a geological exhibit, you're essentially peering back in time. Each rock layer, each fossil, each mineral deposit represents a different chapter in the Earth's history. They offer clues as to how our planet has changed and evolved over billions of years. Think about it this way. You know how tree rings can tell the age of a tree and give information about the climate during each year of the tree's life? Well, rock layers can do the same for the Earth. By studying the composition and arrangement of these layers, scientists can learn about ancient climates, geological events, and even the evolution of life on Earth. And then we have the mineralogical exhibits. Did you know that there are over 5,000 known mineral species, and new ones are being discovered every year? Some of these, like diamonds or rubies, might be familiar to you, but there are many more that are equally fascinating. From the neon green glow of uranium to the delicate blue hue of azurite, the mineral world is a riot of color and form. But what's really cool is that minerals aren't just pretty to look at. They're also incredibly useful. They're used in everything, from jewelry and electronics to construction and manufacturing. So by studying minerals, we can learn not just about the Earth's history, but also about our own technological and cultural development. Now, let's talk about meteorites. These are fragments of asteroids or comets that have fallen to Earth. And because they come from space, they can tell us about the wider universe beyond our planet. Some meteorites, for instance, contain tiny crystals that are older than the Earth itself. Imagine that, holding a piece of the cosmos that predates our own world. So you see, the geological, mineralogical, and meteorite exhibits at the Peabody Museum are far from boring. They're filled with stories of cataclysmic events and slow, gradual changes of cosmic journeys and earthly transformations. In a way, they're just as much a part of our history as any dinosaur bone or ancient artifact. Now, we come to one of the most exciting parts of the Peabody Museum, the biological exhibits. Here, we can study the diversity of life on Earth, both past and present. It's like taking a walk through a biological time machine, where you can see the breathtaking variety of life forms that have called this planet home. Let's start with the past. The museum has an extensive collection of plant and animal fossils that provide a snapshot of life in different eras. You can see the massive ferns and dragonflies of the Carboniferous period, the dinosaurs of the Mesozoic era, and the mammoths and saber-toothed cats of the Ice Age. Each of these fossils tells a story about the creatures that lived during those times, their environments, and how they interacted with each other. But it's not just about the past. The museum also has a vast collection of specimens from the present-day biodiversity. From the smallest insects to the largest whales, from the common species we see every day to the most exotic creatures from the farthest corners of the world. The variety is simply staggering. It's like a real-life version of Noah's Ark. What's more, these exhibits don't just showcase the diversity of life. They also highlight the interconnectedness of all living things. You can see how different species fit into various ecosystems, how they adapt to their environments, and how they interact with each other. It's a reminder that we are all part of the same web of life, each playing our unique role. And let's not forget about the human aspect. The museum has exhibits on human biology and evolution as well, tracing our journey from the African savannas to the modern world. You can see how we've adapted and evolved, just like any other species. So, as you explore the biological exhibits at the Peabody Museum, you're not just looking at a collection of specimens. You're exploring the grand tapestry of life on Earth, woven over billions of years. You're discovering the incredible variety and beauty of the natural world. And most importantly, you're learning about our place in this vast, interconnected web of life.
That's a pretty amazing journey, don't you think?